And when we say sex in Nigeria, we mean penetration.
Yeah.
Penetrative sex equals sex to us, but there are different kinds of sex.
Interesting.
We have anal sex, oral sex. These are still sex. So if you're engaged in this one, are you abstaining or not? Hi guys, welcome to the very first episode of S3xually Speaking, the podcast where we talk about all the things everyone is thinking about but doesn't want to say out loud, from love and relationships to sexual health and even those "is this even normal" conversations. We are getting into all of it. I am Maimuna, and with me here.
Hi guys, my name is Akin, and on this podcast there is no judgment, there is no shame, just honest conversations and information that you actually need. So get comfortable.
It's about to get real. On S3xually Speaking today, we're going to be taking you on a journey on A to Z of sexual health. Starting with A. What do you think A stands for?
Abstinence.
Abstinence. Now, what really is abstinence? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. From a clinical definition, abstinence generally means not engaging in sexual activity that carries risk of pregnancy or STD. But is this really the way people understand it? If you are being abstinent, does this mean only abstaining from vaginal sex? Does this mean being able to kiss your boyfriend or your girlfriend? Does this mean being able to participate in anal sex? How really do we grasp the understanding of abstinence?
Honestly, this conversation is a real conversation.
It's real.
Because just mentioning the word abstinence now would just mean not doing something exactly. So, but what do we think is what's applicable? What do we usually do when we say abstinence? I think from my own thoughts, it just means generally just not having sex. So, but then again, do people really abstain from
not having sex? And when we say sex in Nigeria, we mean penetration.
Yeah.
Penetrative sex equals sex to us, but there are different kinds of sex.
Interesting.
We have anal sex, oral sex. These are still sex. So if you're engaged in this one, are you abstaining or not?
Are they sex or sexual activity? Because if we talk about sex could just mean the sexual part of our body engaging in those activities.
Yeah.
But if we say sexual activities, then of course anything that requires the use of
a sexual organ.
Exactly. So that's where we can now include the endless list, because of course I believe that there are endless list to that.
Yeah, there is a technical virgin phenomenon in Nigeria. We are very obsessed with virginity in this country.
True.
And people want to remain virgins until they get married. They don't want to engage in premarital sex. Yes, but if you engage in oral and anal,
that means you have not abstained.
Are you still a virgin? Yeah. Are you considered a virgin? What really is the
term virginity?
Yes. What does it encompass?
Well, is there a clinical definition of virginity? No, because if there is, then I'm sure it should just be that. Because just thinking about it generally, people will just believe that if I've not had penetration, I'm a virgin. So but if we look at the word abstinence in itself, from anything that can
that has risk of STI or pregnancy.
Yeah. So then we rule out the other forms of sex that you've mentioned, or sexual activities that have been mentioned, which is the anal, oral, and the rest of it. So I think this would be more of a shocker to some people that you are not abstaining.
And you are not a virgin.
Rude shock.
Okay, so one of our community members asked us a question. They have a dilemma that they brought to us. What do they think that we should tell them? So the question goes, I've been dating my boyfriend for a few months now, and I really like him, but I've made a personal decision to abstain from sex for now. Lately, he's been pressuring me, saying things like, if I really love him, I should be ready. He gets upset when I say no, and it's starting to make me feel guilty and confused. I don't want to lose him, but I also don't want to go against my values. What should I do? Now, we're talking about relationships now. Imagine you are abstaining and your boyfriend or your girlfriend, they are not. Can that relationship survive?
The funny question to even ask is, if you want to abstain, why be in a relationship? Yeah. Because, sorry to say, but, for us being real, except your relationship in quotes is an academic kind of relationship, or a partnership, you guys are in some kind of deal. But in the kind of relationship that we're talking about in Nigeria, please, almost 70 or 80% of it is sexual. In a way, you might not necessarily be having sex, but you can be having every other, or penetrative sex, sorry, just to correct that. But you might be having other forms of sex. So at the end of the day, there's still some sexual activities, even if it's phone sex, there's just
sexting.
Sex texting and the rest of it. So the funny thing is, in this particular case, there are 2 points that strikes my mind. Is abstinence, which we're talking about, and value.
Yeah.
Now, value is very interesting here, because for me, I believe that she has answered a question. If you ask me, whatever you value, people around you should be able to know what you value. You should be able to portray your value each time there's a conversation. So whoever is coming to your space understands what your values are. And so if you are not bending, or you are not, compromising your values, whoever is in your space should respect that value. So, but when I hear is forcing me and I don't want to lose him and I have value, then you are compromising already. So if somebody doesn't...
you're compromising on your values.
On your values,
yes.
Because you don't want to lose the person that is not respecting your value.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to find a balance between either upholding your value, which is more important, the abstinence, or the value in this case.
Okay. But does this create tension in relationships?
Yeah.
When one person wants and one person does not want, and does this tension lead to the relationship ending? Because I want to know if there is a way that if there's a way that they can survive when one person wants it and the other person does not. Is there any middle ground concerning sex in relationships?
Well, interestingly, if it's leading to marriage, then there's a waiting period.
Yeah.
There's a time cap. So yes, this is going to work if you're probably in a serious relationship in court and you're saying, we're going to marry in the next 1 year, or I want to get married to you, maybe as a guy, and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm ready to go, with what you value, or to abstain, or for us, it could be two of you agreeing, or it could even be one person, and the other person just respects your value. They say, okay, you know what, for this period, there's no problem. When we get married, of course, we are married. Yeah. But so that can work. But in an endless relationship circle, where one person is sexually, I don't want to use the word active, or asking for sex, or for sexual activities, and the other person is saying, no. Now let's get the what we're talking about, complete abstinence. If you're saying complete abstinence from all sexual activities, then that might be a tough one. That might
really lead to tension. Complete abstinence, if you really want to be abstinent, that means no kissing.
Exactly.
Also, no kissing involved, no touching, nothing that can lead to any kind of sexual activity. Because let's go back to the definition.
Yes.
Abstinence is staying away from things that carries risk of STIs, and kissing does.
In a little percentage, but yeah.
Yes, but
I might be wrong, but I believe so.
Yeah. So if you want to abstain, completely abstain, don't do it, halfway. Just know that, okay, or you can clarify that what you're abstaining from is vaginal sex.
But can someone be completely
abstinent?
Can somebody completely say they are abstaining from sexual activities in a relationship in Nigeria?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. So
I think it depends on the reason.
What are the possible reasons?
Why are they abstaining?
Good question.
Why are they abstaining? Is it because of they are avoiding pregnancy? That's one of the reasons we do this in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Or they are avoiding STIs.
Or is it a religious one?
Yeah, or a religious
or cultural
reason.
One.
Exactly. Maybe your religion says abstain from sex till you are married. And if this is their reason, it's a very strong conviction.
Okay.
I feel like some people could actually completely abstain. And also, if this is how they've been brought up, if they have no prior experience.
So here we are talking about adults now, not children. Yeah. So
yes. Yes.
So, but that is also worthy to note, because if we're talking about two grown adults, I remember the word I used the last time. You're in an endless relationship circle. I think whatever reason that you have, after some time, is going to either break or that relationship would end. That's my opinion. Except it's leading to marriage. But you are just dating somebody with no marriage in sight, and you want to be completely abstinent, there's going to be tension from both party. Even the person that says, I want to be abstinent, except maybe you don't even like the person, because you can find yourself in situations where, you just be like, heck, let me not use the wrong word. Like, I'm here now, and maybe you guys went for a dinner, you guys had some nice wine and
some good time.
You're going back home and you looked into his eyes. I don't want to say eyes because we're used to thinking that. I just find him so,
so alluring.
Wow, nice
and
word.
Then you can't hold yourself any longer.
And you just go for it.
Yeah.
And in that moment you forget whatever restriction, cultural, whatever. It happens. It happens. But those are just one of those things.
Yeah, and talking about pressure to either have sex or not, is sex assumed in relationships? Let's leave religion aside now. In contemporary Nigeria and the love and relationship space, is sex assumed? Is it something that, okay, once somebody asks you, will you be my girlfriend, and you say yes, I'll be your girlfriend. You people start dating. Does this mean that, okay, yes, you must now start having sex?
Should I give a very honest opinion about that?
Please do.
Well, I believe somewhere in our mind, we kind of feel that locks us in for some sexual activity. Let's not say sex in itself. You know, it could just be a license. This is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
This is my girlfriend. It gives you this license to kiss this person, even at the least. Come on, please, don't crucify me. Yeah, we're being honest. Yeah. So it gives you some kind of, this is my person I can do certain things with. In a more civilized society, or let me use the word advanced, let me use civilized. People, especially adults, grown adults, actually do some kind of tests for their partners to go into a relationship with the person, so that in case anything happens, they already know their sexual, what do they call that thing?
Compatibility?
Yeah, whether the person has STIs or whatever, everything is clear.
Oh, you mean tests like they should run tests?
Yes, they do all those things, just in case, you know, because when you say this person is my girlfriend or my partner or whatever, everything is all open for that.
Yeah.
You know, so I would believe that in some kind of way it is assumed. But if we want to be formal, we can say, of course, people go into relationships, and there are different kind of relationships. You know, for maybe for people that are adults in school, maybe to educational reasons. You know? For this person to help me study well and all of that, and use my body. Yeah, we can have that as a pass.
Okay. Now, we've been speaking about abstinence and how it may seem impossible, but just keep it in mind that abstinence is very much possible. You can abstain even if you are in a committed relationship. Abstinence is a big part of sexual health, and we talk about practicing safe sex. Abstinence is the safest step that you can take if you want to be safe. Don't mind Akin talking about, oh, if you are dating somebody, that means you must no. You can abstain if you want to abstain. It is purely on choice. We are very big on choice.
Great choice anyway, because that means that if you don't want to, just try to be safe. Understand how to be safe, you know, and share your thoughts about what you feel about abstinence, maybe under the comment section. And of course, do try to, you know, follow us on our different social media handles for how to stay safe. I think maybe not knows much about that.
Yes, be on the lookout for our S3xually Speaking column on lovematters.ng. I'll say it again, lovematters.ng. Check it out. You can just type that on Google. And also follow us on all our social media platforms below.
On to the next episode. Bye for now.